This pod should have had 7 days of air. There's 2. There's something wrong. Be ready.
Isal doesn't have as much time to pack the bag anymore.
I was just thinking
5
that.
less hours.
Yeah.
What is your response to this, if anything? I did say earlier it was 3 hours of work to repack your bag.
Yeah. You just get fuck's sake. Fine.
Apologies,
Plan
Doc.
C. And then
Hey,
it just
Ack.
cuts. Yeah.
He's putting a rock in the bag.
Help the good doctor pack their belongings, please, Ack. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
I rushed to the medical bay. I haven't moved.
Axe, stay the fuck out of my med bay.
I stop at the door.
You're still wearing the shoe covers and the hand covers, by the way.
Yes. I'm not taking those off until someone tells me to.
You look through the door. It's like on one of the operating tables, there is a med bag in the middle.
The right distance apart.
Yeah, and everything is laid out as if it's been unpacked meticulously. And then there's just one like vial of anesthetic kind of amidst the chaos. And he goes, I'm fine. You would only be a distraction and slow me down. If you step in here, I'll dismember you.
Hack is going to just stay right outside the door. I'm blocking the entrance to the med bay now.
And
Okay.
he'll just start packing things, but with a speed and efficiency that would suggest that he's done this, that he could do this in his sleep without looking, just from where everything is laid out and the shape and size of the bag.
I'm sure you observe this.
Mhm.
Andy,
I don't make a note of it.
Yeah.
you don't really have anything to do. Eflori, once upon a time, would have been the first person onto an enemy ship. Or an unknown ship, I should say.
Yeah.
He always led from the front. I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, this is the first time you've answered a distress call with Zora as your captain. Like, it's been a quiet 6 months or so. You've gone along and there's been a smur to your ship that had engine trouble, and you did send Akak on board to help out or whatever, that sort of thing. But it's not been like a distress call. So you probably have the feeling that Zora's not going to be leading from the front.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go in the field, aren't I? Yeah. Light. Shit.
You're smoking directly under the no smoking on the bridge sign.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
There probably isn't.
And he doesn't smoke often, but that was a stressful confrontation. Shit. I'm gonna go actually check my gear. I don't normally have to do this.
Yeah. Probably as you think more about it, you're going to realize that you're the only person who is trained in first contact. Like Akakak's an engineer and Yosal's a medic, and yes, they can go into difficult situations, but they're both completely incapable of talking to anyone like, a normal individual.
Like a normal person, yeah.
You really miss Iloche at this point, who was prior to that, she's transferred off the ship. That's what I'm going with.
She's still alive. That's nice.
Yeah, she's still alive. She transferred off before Labonis. No, she transferred off because of Labonis. I've just decided she's in a mental institution trying to get better.
Oh, that's less nice.
She had severe like traumatic stress. Not like she didn't get hurt or anything, but she watched a lot of people get hurt, and even after a lifetime in search and rescue, it was a lot.
Despite the thought that Zora isn't going to be leading from the front, and I'm still not saying that she is, she will be making sure that all of her gear is ready, that she's got ammunition.
Not only that, you are trained to lead from the front. Like
Yeah.
you know everything you would need to know.
Yeah.
But
She does need to, live to fight another
technically
day.
you're the captain, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to tell you you're wrong.
And who's going to make decisions if something happens? If there's no captain?
I mean, I'd take Ack over Zora any day.
No lie, to be honest. Well, that's probably take Andy over anyone else on the ship.
Yeah, I can't blame anybody here.
I think I don't really trust Andy, but at least he has the experience to not screw up.
I saw the descriptive terms for Zora, and I'm leaning into them. Okay.
Absolutely, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this crew. It's just completely dysfunctional beyond belief.
We really looked at the character sheets you provided and chose the ones with problems? Yes!
Oh no, they all have problems. They all have serious personality problems. Don't worry about it. I did that deliberately. It was not an accident.
Strong character traits.
So, 2 hours are going to pass pretty quickly, getting all your gear ready and stuff for an actual. So it's likely with an escape pod you won't board. What you'll do is isolate the bottom half of the ship, your ship, dock with the escape pod, and then control very carefully that environment and make them come out of the escape pod, close off that, and control that environment to ensure that nothing goes wrong. Because the escape pod is not big enough to take other people on board, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hours pass. You are going to approach the escape pod. I imagine, Andy, you'll be back at the pilot's seat for that.
Oh yeah, I'm
now,
running
it does have
scans.
short-range laser communications, so you can establish contact if you would like to.
Yes. Yeah.
Or Zora can. Zora, you'd be well aware of this too.
Zora is going to sit back and let Andy do it as he's trained for the first contact, just to evaluate his skills at the same time.
That's a good excuse to sulk.
Unlit cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Emergency pod. This is the Sandy. Do you read?
Oh, thank God, I read you. Wait, I recognize that voice.
Jake, right?
Yeah. You're damn, you're the pilot.
I hope so.
I've forgotten your name.
Andy.
Andy. Nice to hear from you. I mean, wait, hang on. Don't you fly troop transports for Smertios?
Not today.
Well, can I ask what your affiliation is?
We're search and rescue. We've
Oh.
searched for you. Now we're here to rescue you.
Okay. That's good. Search and rescue. Yeah, that's good. Hey, is the captain still on board? I'd like to have a chat with him, actually.
We have a captain.
What?
Previous cap's no longer with us.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, I was in. I was.
No, of course. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, is everything good with your pod? You should have had way more air.
The shot. That's all. Okay. I should be able to make it to Ogmios, New Ogmios. For the record, that is an outsystem combine base. It is about 3 days from here. I should be able to make it to New Ogmios. Maybe ration the air, but I thought I'd give the distress call a try for a little while first. In the hope that I didn't have to spend 3 days cramped in here.
Yeah, understood. We're
Andy,
almost
you might
there.
want to do some sort of scan of the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to run me intelligence and pilot?
Whilst Andy's rolling, technologically, is there anything I could be doing, like scanning life signs for stuff or anything like that? Is it more Star Trek or is it more other sci-fi?
It's more like the reason I'm going to say no is probably you have to be using ship systems to do it.
Okay.
So while in theory you could, you actually don't have any skill, and there's probably only one console because this ship is quite small.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you can be on the bridge and see what the readouts say. Definitely.
Mhm.
3 successes. So there's some debris a short distance away.
So Jake, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It was a larger ship. And the escape pod clearly came from there. It seems to be the remains of like an unlicensed transport, I say unlicensed, I mean non-company affiliated. Really, it may well have been licensed properly. I mean, there's not much of it left. Even the black box has been destroyed. Now, the black box being destroyed is slightly unlikely.
That's yeah.
So it does make you think that maybe it's an unlicensed transport of some description.
Is it just you, Jake? What happened out there?
It's James.
James. Sorry. It's been a while.
Zora kind of peers at Andy at that, presumably. Yes, yeah, just me. It's a one-man escape pod, bro.
Was it just you on the ship?
Oh no. There were like 7 people on the ship. None of them made it to the escape pods in time.
What happened?
I don't know. I was asleep in my quarters, and I heard an alarm go off, and I ran to the escape pod and got in. That's what you're supposed to do when the ship's going to blow up. Kind of alarm goes off. So that's what I did. Out of character. That sounds a bit thin, but not totally impossible.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the version of an insight check for this?
You can roll an intelligence and persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. A lot of dice.
Detect if someone's lying to you.
Yeah.
Zora, you can roll that as well if you would like to.
Yes, please. There's going to be 5 dice.
Oh, well, no. Hey, guess what? Fumble.
How bad? How many more ones?
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
Did you roll any ones out of interest?
No.
Okay. I'm going to use the bad luck point, though.
Okay.
So it's a bit thin, but plausible. And Andy, you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's your minor fumble is, yeah, you kind of more or less believe that could have happened. If he was a passenger on the ship and not one of the crew, it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, we should be there very soon. So, be ready?
You're here now, pretty much, if you're communicating with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
or what's the procedure for search and rescue? It's my first time.
hopefully it's your last. We're gonna pick you up, and we're gonna make sure everything's okay. And I guess we'll get you somewhere. Depends on what the captain wants.
I'm headed to Ogmios. I mean, if you're heading out System Combine way, that would be ideal. But if not, then I can deal with I don't know, really any outpost where I can get a transport there. Hopefully, it doesn't.
I mean, I think the exchange procedure is usually nearest, but you can bring that up with the captain. Yeah, we're gonna scoop you up and get everything all checked out.
All right.
Be ready.
Wits and pilot for you, Andy, to scoop him up, or dock him, I guess.
I'm the pooper scooper.
Whilst Andy is doing this, Zora will speak up for the first time.
Damn. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, sorry, say again.
I was going to say, whilst Andy's rolling dice, Zora will just speak up for the first time and just ask, and just to check, just to inquire, are there any injuries to yourself?
Wait, you've got a hot female medical officer? Awesome.
Nope. It's still the same one. Be ready. Hope you're not injured.
Akak lifts a rock.
Ack. I do believe your services will be needed as medical officer.
No injuries. No injuries. I'm fine. No. But yeah, no, it's cool. I'm good. My leg's working perfectly, and everything's fine. Everything's great.
We'll do just a checkup whilst you're here, just to ensure that everything is fine. Ack. Just yes, please. We'll be definitely needing your services.
Okay.
I mean, you could either have Ack look at you, or you could have Yasarl check up on that leg.
You're gonna hear a clunk as the two ships dock. You know, Andy, you've done basically a perfect job of docking with this escape pod. You took control of the escape pod's computer and activated its maneuver engines for that to make a perfect seal. Really, it was Zora. You cannot fault even the most strict interpretation of how you should dock could not fault what Andy did.
Bad
Reason
have
he's
attitude,
allowed to get
but
away.
perfect skills.
Yes, you might have a problem with his attitude, but you can't doubt his piloting skills.
The reason he's allowed to get away with being an asshole is because he's really good at what he does.
Equalizing
Same with
atmosphere.
all of you on this ship.
All right. Well,
Cool. So you're docked, but the airlock will remain closed until you make a decision about what you're going to do. So, like I said, the bottom half of the ship is a separate sort of section and can be sealed off. So you would seal that off, open up the airlock. Probably you'd run some medical checks to make sure there's no viruses or bacteria in the air, those sorts of things. And then you would send in a team through the airlock down the lift.
okay. We are ready to move in.
This follows standard procedure. As I said, Ack, I do believe your medical services will be needed. So that's not to say yours might not. I just think after that comment, Ack's face shall be the first this gentleman shall see.
Do the friendliest fish on the ship.
I click my mandibles.
Are you going to ask Yosal to like scan for the bacteria and viruses and stuff? Do the medical scan. Cool.
Yeah.
Yosal, intelligence and medicine, please. To sort of, you'll have to open up and take it in so your internal scanners can deal with it. But then you can always just vent it if there's a problem. So, Yosal, intelligence and medicine, no medical kit.
Ysal is very tempted to say, no. If you are preferring that Akak leads this mission from a medical standpoint, Akak should lead, Captain.
So it's not a slight upon your skills, just I did not appreciate the greeting. And I do think Akak, perhaps with a bone saw in one hand, would be a nice sight for them.
The columns, like halfway through that.
So the implication is that you don't think I'm threatening enough. I see.
I believe you're perfectly threatening, especially having listened to your story about how to perform surgery. However, Akak is perhaps a little bit more threatening upon first sight.
Sorry, what is it that I'm rolling? Intelligence?
Medicine.
Okay.
Assuming you're willing to do it. Because I actually love that video where you're just a bit sulky.
Oh, we'll see what result I get, and then I'll determine what I'm going to tell the captain is the result.
Fair.
I don't think he's given us any reason to consider him a threat, and generally not standard procedure to threaten our rescuees.
Not a threat. I don't wish Akakak to perform any harm. Just greet him perhaps in a Akakak manner.
You're the captain.
I got 5.
5. You are pretty sure that there is nothing threatening, no problems. No viruses, no bacteria. He doesn't even have a cold.
Things seem okay, Captain.
Okay. Well, as I should, let's head down there. I will lead.
Who's going down? Is Andy staying? Ysol staying? You and Akakak only going? What are we doing here?
I'll go
Andy,
down.
Fantastic.
We'll all go
Akakak,
down.
Ysol, brilliant. Everybody,
Yep.
follow me.
Okay. The lift is probably only going to take one person at a time.
I'm
So
going down first.
You're going down first.
Yeah.
Okay.
This way, if it all goes horribly wrong.
While the captain's going down the lift, I'm going to turn to everyone else. I can't believe she went first. I just lost the betting pool. How much do I owe you guys?
Akakak is the one who won the betting pool because the last
The captain-
always went first.
Yeah.
The captain takes procedure. The captain takes procedure very seriously.
This is the one I figured they would not. Shit.
Akakak collects 2.1 billion credits.
We're gonna have to trigger a payment plan, buddy.
We just give him a wrench and say that here's your 2.1 billion credits.
Fantastic.
Zora, the lift doors open, and in front of you is a fairly normal-looking dude. He's I don't know, maybe 5'8". He's average build, buzz cut, brown hair. Just very average looking. He does have a bionic leg, which it's not common. But what he's chosen to do is actually have the metal skeleton-y bit show rather than have any faux flesh around it. So you can see at the ankle, for example, where like his trousers don't quite go to his shoes, you can sort of see a little bit of metal there. He goes, "Oh, are you a sight for sore eyes? Damn."
Well, I'm not sure about a sight for sore eyes, but if you could perhaps take a seat, and the rest of the crew will be down shortly, we can ensure that everything is okay.
Everything's fine. Everything's perfect now.
Yes, of course, and I believe you when you say that. However, as our job is search and rescue, we have conducted the search part, and we are in the middle of conducting the rescue part. That does
All right, darling.
include ensuring that you are...
You do what you got to do.
Fantastic. Take a seat, please, and the rest of my crew will be here shortly.
He'll take a seat, like lounging back, kind of as much as you can in a fairly like wall-mounted transport seat. He's sort of lounging back and like, so what are you doing this evening?
This evening, I will be writing up performance reviews for my crew.
Who's next in the lift?
I think me, because the captain has said that in proper scenario they'd want me to go first, but since they went first, I second.
Do you have a bone saw because you were asked to be holding it, or it was?
Yes, bone saw in one hand, rock in the other.
Okay.
Is your bone saw ready?
Bone saw is ready. I also like Spider-Man.
Took me a minute there. So Zora, he is trying to chat you up, and you're having none of it, quite rightly. And then the lift door opens, and he's sort of in the middle of saying something that he thinks is sort of attractive, and he sort of stutters as Akakak emerges from the lift.
Hello, friend Thomas. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Akakak. Here is one of our medical staff.
I I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. Thanks. He's going to kind of stand up and start edging back towards the escape pod.
Ysal, would you please come down next to perform some investigative procedures?
Ysal, Dr. Ysal is on this ship.
Dr. Ysal is indeed aboard this ship.
You are shitting me. Oh my god. I'm fine. I'm okay. I don't need any medical examining.
Would you like to take a seat, or would you like Akakak's help to do so?
I don't think I need medical examination though. I'm fine. I'm completely uninjured. Look, you can see. Like, I'm fine, and oh shit, fine. Sort of as Akakak moves towards him, he sits down, like, oh shit.
I'm shorter than him. So I am looking up at him.
You are shorter than him, but you basically, your body goes like this.
Yeah, I got centaur proportions.
Human being. And although you're looking up at him, you're built like you're strong. So it's quite intimidating.
Especially with the bone saw and the rock.
I'm a giant man ant. I'm intimidating by default.